Hello, it's week 4, our last week of lockdown, and for our final theme, we're going to look to the skies. Well, I hope you're well. I know that this time of year is tricky for a lot of people for lots of different reasons, and with the nights drawing in and on top of these lockdown weeks that we're having, I know it's really tricky. And one of the things I've picked up on in recent weeks on social media in particular is that people are really struggling with finding more people in the spaces that are usually quiet. So these sort of places that you would normally go to and find some solace and some quiet and some peace are now inundated with lots of other people trying to go there for the same reasons probably and enjoy a bit of green space. So with that in mind, I'm really going to try and get out another video as soon as I can on tips for finding quieter places and spaces to help with that. But I think this theme can help in a similar way, because the theme of skies and looking to the heavens really averts your eyes from what's going around and can really help you focus on something different other than people and busyness or whatever that's around you. Now, I've always sought out these kind of quieter spaces, which is why I'm going to do these tips in another video. But one of the things that I find I can really do, and I don't know whether it's just something I can do it easy, whether it's something I've developed or what, but I'm really good at zoning out, and I could, maybe it's being grown up in between the A3 and the M25, I don't know, but I just have this ability to focus on something and block the other things out. So if that's something you can try and do, particularly with the skies, maybe that will help you, especially if you're struggling with the busyness of having more people in your immediate sort of local areas where you usually enjoy a bit of peace and quiet. So hopefully that will help. So look into the skies offers a lot of different options for us, particularly with a camera, and I think it suits this time of year with the shorter days as well, because when we observe the sun passing through our skies at this time of year, it actually cuts through at a much lower angle, creating a much more dramatic light. And you get a lot more things like rainbows at this time of year when there's rain, because that sun comes through at a low angle, cutting through the clouds. So it's a really good one to look at, and you don't have to look at the sky during the day either. Of course, you can look through at night, and I love watching the sky at night, even on the cloudy days when you get the moon just breaking through gaps in the clouds and you can see clouds passing over the skies, and to clear skies as well when you have the beautiful stars shining, and the darker areas you can get to on the night, the more brilliant those stars will appear. And if you live in the north, there's always that chance of catching an aurora borealis, the northern lights, of course. So I think this is a really good theme. In terms of tips, I mean, look up and take photographs. I'm not sure what more tips I can give, but you've got obviously the dawn and the sun setting, which also happens, so the sun rises later in the morning. That's great, because it means we don't have to get up so early and we can enjoy those early morning golden hours, which can be quieter as well. And obviously the sun sets a bit earlier as well. So those are great times to get out and look to the sky. But during the day as well can be really interesting. Like I said, you get this dramatic light, particularly at this time of year. So look at how that light impacts on the clouds. And you don't have to just look at just the sky, of course. You can include foregrounds and landscapes, and you can use the sky to celebrate your surroundings. So I really enjoy photographing landscapes and sceneries. Doesn't have to be a rural landscape, could be urban landscape as well, or even people. but I quite like photographing them to a background of real drama and including as much sky as I can. Probably too much sometimes, but I always find the sky really inspiring, and I think if you guys start to look and focus on the sky, you'll find it really inspiring as well. I mean, you always find shapes and interesting things in the clouds. So there's that. There's also obviously a lot of birds flying around at this time of year, and you can photograph flocks of birds. The murmurations have started. I've started seeing them all over social media. Not got any local to me, which is a bit frustrating, but hopefully I'll get out to see some murmurations soon. But so you don't need an epic event like a murmuration either. You've got geese and swans, red kites fly over here in the skies. So there's lots of things happening in the skies. Less common in the skies now are aeroplanes, but you might want to photograph aeroplanes as well, particularly if you live on one of those areas where you're lucky enough to get military planes flying over. Those can be really exciting and dramatic as well. So there's plenty of scope, plenty of ideas there, and I think it's going to be a really good one for our last theme. I will be coming back with more options or more ideas as time goes on. Like I said, I want to do this one on finding quiet spaces, and I want to do one for winter as well. So make sure you keep coming back, keep subscribing, and post in Walking Photography group, because that's where we're sharing our photos. And I've loved seeing all the photos that are coming through on the week 3 on the water theme. They're really brilliant and really a real joy to look at and see where people around the country are using their cameras to capture the water and share it with everyone else. So thanks for that, and thanks for watching this series, and I will see you soon.